In this session, we will learn about the resource assignment window and the resource usage profile, histogram. Let's open the project. In this project, we have already created two resources, Engineer Design and Engineer Execution, to demonstrate resource assignment. We have also assigned these resources to the activities. On the left side pane, you can find the Resource Assignments option. You can also access the same window from the project menu by selecting Resource Assignments, or from the project menu by choosing Activity Resources. Both options open the Resource Assignments window. The Resource Assignments window in P6 is used to view, analyze, and manage all resource assignments across the project. It provides a resource-centric view instead of an activity-centric view. On the left side, you can see the activity table, which lists all the activities based on the selected group and sort settings. On the right side, you can see the time-phased resource assignment profile, which displays the resource allocation over the project timeline. You can customize the layout by clicking the Layout option and arranging the view according to your requirements. This allows you to display the information in the most convenient format for your analysis and reporting. You can also customize the group and sort settings according to your requirements. Currently, the activities are grouped and sorted by resource. As you can see, all the resource assignments are organized based on the resource. If you change the group and sort settings, the Resource Assignments window will automatically rearrange the activities and their associated resources according to the selected grouping criteria. The time units display can be enabled or disabled through user preferences. Go to Edit User Preferences and change the time unit settings according to your requirements. Displaying the time units makes the resource assignments easier to understand, while hiding them provides a cleaner view. You can choose the option that best suits your calculations and analysis. You can also customize the activity table on the left side by adding or removing columns. Simply right-click in the activity table and choose columns to display the information you need. This allows you to view additional details such as activity ID, activity name, resource units, costs, dates, or any other relevant fields for your analysis. Now let's look at the copy and paste function in the resource assignment worksheet. You can copy resource assignment data from P6 to Microsoft Excel and paste it directly into the worksheet and vice versa. This is very useful when preparing or analyzing manpower plans, resource plans, or resource utilization data. For an instance, if you notice the total units showing 40 hours, while the budgeted units are actually 36 hours, you may wonder why this difference occurs. To understand this, go to Edit User Preferences Unit Format. Enable Show Unit Label and Minutes, then enlarge the Units column. Primavera will display the exact working time, including hours and minutes. You will see that the calculated total is actually 36 hours, but when the minutes are hidden, Primavera rounds the value and displays it as 40 hours. After reviewing the detailed values, you can return to User Preferences and change the display back to show only the values. The Range Copy and Range Paste option is very useful for making bulk updates quickly and accurately, especially when working with large resource plans or manpower schedules. Now, let's copy a range of values to Excel. After copying, you can edit or correct the values in Excel. Once the changes are complete, simply copy the updated data and use the Range Paste option to paste it back into Primavera P6. The resource assignment values will be updated automatically, making bulk modifications quick and efficient. Similarly, you can also edit the values directly in the resource assignment worksheet. Any changes you make will automatically update the resource assignments. If you have experience working with Excel or preparing manpower and resource utilization plans, you will quickly understand how easy and efficient this method is. Now, click the Display Options button. From the Open menu, select Spreadsheet Options. Here, you will find options such as Cumulative and Time Interval as major categories and their n numbers of subfields. If you enable the Cumulative option, Primavera will display the cumulative values. In this example, it is showing the budgeted units, cumulative. You will notice that an additional row is added to the resource assignment worksheet to display the cumulative totals for each time period. For better readability, you can choose to display only the information you need. If the cumulative values are not required, simply uncheck budgeted units, cumulative, and save the settings. This keeps the worksheet clean and makes it easier to analyze the required resource data. Group and sort display options help you organize large resource datasets, compare resource allocations, and focus only on the information you need. Learning and practicing the group and sort feature will greatly improve your efficiency when working with Primavera P6. It helps you organize and analyze project data much more effectively. We have already covered the group and sort feature in a dedicated session, so I encourage you to review that lesson for a more detailed understanding. Now, let's move on to another important topic in this session, the resource usage spreadsheet and resource usage profile. Primavera P6 provides a numerical and graphical representation of resource allocations through the resource usage windows, making it easier to analyze resource distribution over time. The resource usage spreadsheet is closely related to the resource assignment worksheet. Here, you can easily view and select activities. The resource usage profile also provides a wide range of options to filter and display resource allocations for specific activities, resources, or time periods, making resource planning and analysis much more efficient. In the resource usage spreadsheet window, you can see three sections in the bottom layout. The first section is resource related. Here, you can choose to display only the resources assigned to the current project or remove the filter to view all resources, depending on your requirement. The second section is display activities for selected resources. When you enabled resource option and you select a resource, the top layout displays only the activities assigned to that particular resource. For example, if you select design engineer, only the activities assigned to the design engineer will be shown. If you disable this option, all project activities will be displayed. The spreadsheet displays the resource allocation for the selected resource in the same window, making it easy to review assignments and resource loading. In addition, the resource usage spreadsheet provides several group and sort options, allowing you to organize the information based on your reporting and analysis requirements. You can select multiple resources by holding the Control key and clicking the required resources. Once selected, all activities assigned to those resources will be displayed in the right pane reference to the requirement. If you clear the resource selection, the top layout will display all activities in the project. However, the right pane will continue to display only the activities assigned to the selected resources. Now, switch to the assignment option. In this view, the right pane works based on the selected activities. When you select an activity, the top layout displays the details related to that activity. You can select a single activity or multiple activities, and the top layout will show the corresponding assignment details for the selected activities. On the right side of the resource usage window is the spreadsheet. This spreadsheet displays the resource assignment values. You can customize the displayed data based on your requirements, such as remaining units, budgeted units, and other available fields. The resource usage spreadsheet is very similar to the resource assignment window. The main difference is the layout and the way the information is presented, while the available resource assignment data remains largely the same. Now, let's move to the resource usage profile. This view is very similar to the resource usage spreadsheet, but the main difference is that the information is displayed graphically instead of in a spreadsheet format. For example, if you select two resources, such as two engineers, the graph will display the combined resource allocation for both. If you select a single resource, only that resource's graph will be displayed. Right-click and choose Resource Usage Profile. By default, it is shown in units in graph. If you want to view the data in cost, simply change the display option to cost and click Apply. The graph displays different types of resource data, including budgeted, actual, remaining early, and remaining late. For example, if you uncheck budgeted and click Apply, the yellow budgeted bars will disappear, leaving only the remaining values displayed in green. Similarly, if you hide the remaining values, only the selected data will be shown. Since no actual progress has been updated in this example, only the budgeted values are visible. The cumulative option displays a cumulative line on the graph. If you uncheck this option and click Apply, the cumulative line will be removed. Another useful feature is Show Limit. If you uncheck Show Limit and click Apply, the resource limit line will disappear, making it difficult to compare resource allocation against the available limit. When resources are overallocated, the overallocated portion is highlighted in red, making it easy to identify resource overloads. Next, open Graph Options. Here, you can enable major and minor vertical and horizontal grid lines, which improve the readability of the graph. Under Additional Display Options, you can enable Show Legend to display the graph legend, making it easier to identify each bar and line. You can also enable the 3D option to display the graph in a three-dimensional style. The Show Values option is highly recommended because it displays the numerical values directly on the graph, making the resource data much easier to understand. The Calculate Average option is useful when you need to convert or calculate resource values manually. For example, if your resource usage is currently displayed in man-hours and you want to present it in man-days, you can either change the user preferences to display man-days or perform a manual calculation using Calculate Average. Suppose the resource usage is 100 man-hours per day. If your project uses a 10-hour workday, simply divide 100 by 10, and the result will be 10 man-days. The graph will then display the average value based on your calculation. You can also assign a unit label to the calculated value. For example, enter MD as the unit, and the graph will display the values in man-days, making the resource data easier to interpret. Next, click the Preferences option in the same window. This will open another pop-up window containing the profile display settings. The Resource Assignment Staffing option will be covered in the next session in detail. You can also access the same preferences window by going to Edit User Preferences in P6.